party's wrong. Rewrote the song. Thoughts become action. Tell me what's happening. What's your mind wrapped around?
Hey guys, so in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to create a chalk style sort of texture for your hand lettering, and the process for this is fairly similar to the gold foil texture tutorial which I recently made. So let's just get straight into it. So you're first going to need some lettering to work with. I've basically wrote chalk since it's going to be a chalk style texture. So once you have your lettering, you want to come into Photoshop, and if you followed the gold foil texture tutorial, you'll see that I downloaded like a black paper sort of texture for the background, and I'm just going to use that again, but of course you can get like a chalkboard texture if you want, but I'm just going to use this because it tends to work better in my opinion. So you're just going to put that in, and then you're going to drag in your scanned version of your text, of your lettering, sorry. If you haven't got a scanner, taking a picture of it works just fine as well, but it's just a bit clearer if you use a scanner. So once you've got that in, all you're going to do is right click on the scanned type, and you're going to click Rasterize. Once it's rasterized, you're just going to double click on the thumbnail of the layer, and down here where it says blend if, you see the top slider. You're going to slide it across from the left until you've got rid of all the white, and bring it down to about there so all the white's completely gone. And then what you're going to do is hold Alt and click on the left side of the arrow, and you'll see that it splits it in half. And as you gradually move it down, you'll see that it takes away the lightness in the lettering, so it gradually fades. So you want to bring it down to say about here, and as you can see around this sort of portion here, you can see where the lettering overlaps. So when you actually do the lettering, it's kind of important to make sure you don't use black, use a fairly light colour so that you can see where each stroke's overlaid each other. So once you have that, press OK, and then what you're going to do is right click on the layer, convert to smart object, right click again, and rasterize layer. And what this does is, instead of it having, in fact I'll just go back and show you. So when it's like this, if I was to try and select this layer, you can see it actually selects the full scanned area, the full scanned image, sorry. So just deselect that, and if I right click, convert to smart object, and then rasterize layer, if I do that again, you can see that it now just selects the actual type. What you then want to do is press Command U or Control U if you're on PC, which will bring up Hue and Saturation, and you want to drag your saturation down to the very bottom, and the lightness you can bring this down too if you like, or you can take it up depending on how you want it. So I'm just going to bring it up quite a bit, say about there, because now you can see these areas have actually highlighted quite a bit, which is kind of what you want. So once you've done that, press OK, and then you're going to come to your blending modes just above your layers, and you're going to come down to select hard light. What you're then going to do is come down to the bottom where it says FX, click on that and press gradient overlay. Once this opens, you're going to select your gradient colours. I've just got a blue to green gradient because in the next step in this it inverts the colours, but I'll show you just a white version too. So if you want to see the ones that I've got, I'll show you the hex values here. So 51B, 7B for the green, and for the blue I have 3296 F2. And once you have your gradient, set the blend mode of your gradient to overlay and the opacity to 100, and you can play with the angle too, so you can, so let's say keep it about there, 41, and just hit OK. Once you have your gradient set, you're going to right click on the layer again and hit Rasterize Layer Style. Once that's rasterized, you're going to come back up to the blend modes again, and you're going to go down to divide near the bottom. And as you can see now, it's practically invisible, so I'm just going to hit Command U again, or Control U, and I'm just going to bring the saturation up and the lightness down. Bring the saturation up a bit more. Say about there is nice. And as you can see, you now have this chalky sort of texture on your type. So there's the gradient version. I'm just going to duplicate that by pressing Command J or Control J if you're on Mac, if you're on PC, sorry. And I'm just going to simply add in fact I'm just going to saturate it. And as you can see, this is more of like a natural chalk, sort of look like a white chalk. This one is just a bit more of a stylish one if you wanted to obviously make it stand out a bit more in a background, but of course the white one looks quite nice too. So this was just another really quick and easy tutorial to make your text stand out a bit more or create different styles. So if you have any other suggestions of styles that you might like me to try and achieve, feel free to ask me in the comments down below. Like the gold file texture, this one was purely from experimenting with blend modes and gradients and whatnot. So if there's anything else you want me to try and achieve, then let me know and I'll keep experimenting and see what I can come up with. But yeah, I hope this tutorial helps you guys, and thank you very much for watching.